Hey everyone, this is Adrian from Pew Pew Podcast, here with Daniel and Dawna from Steam Crow, one of our favorite exhibitors when we're running our little con circuit. How you folks doing today?
We are good and alive.
Yes, we've been fully caffeinated, so it's lovely.
Fresh as a pine tree.
Yeah.
So the first major question is, for a lot of our listeners that aren't familiar with you and haven't seen the massive tower at some of these cons is, what is Steam Crow and how did that start?
So Steam Crow is our brand. So we're illustrators and creators and artists, and we, me and her, and we create our own brand of prints and t-shirts and just the kind of stuff that we're into, the things that we're really passionate about. So monsters and Halloween and vintage design. We just make what we love and we share it with people.
Yeah, that's the simple lowdown of it. And it started as a way for us to escape our horrible commute. So Daniel was in a cubicle and I've been a teacher, an art teacher. And so it was just a way for us to create something that we could do together and enjoy. Yeah, I opened my big mouth, and that's why we're doing this now. So it's worth it.
Yeah.
And it's funny to say it's things that you guys are into, because I know a couple years back it was there was a ton of steampunk stuff, and I was like, oh, that's a steampunk place. But then it just kind of kept evolving, and then it was like monster stuff, and then it's now it's kind of in general kind of just what geeks enjoyed, the monster stuff, like the
retro,
retro things, yeah.
Funny, we try to have some humor in what we do, so it's not just a picture of Doctor Who. It's like it's stuff that has a little bit more. A little more to it.
And our name has steam in the name, which kind of alludes to everybody thinking that we are steampunk, but we're inspired by that. But it came from a Halloween costume. He was a steam crow, so a steam-powered scarecrow. And he had dry ice in it, so like this beautiful pumpkin head, it's going to be at the rally tonight, but this beautiful pumpkin head and dry, the smoke would come out and everything. And that's where we took our name from. So people see the word steam and they automatically think, oh, it's steampunk. Yeah. But really,
I think maybe 10% of what we've done is considered steampunk, really. So yeah, it's just monsters. Like for us, we think of Steam Crow as a Halloween monster. So anyway.
Oh, and we like brown. Our color is brown, so that doesn't help us either. But it's all good. Brown. Yeah.
The thing that for the brand that really is awesome to see is that you almost have a cult following at this point. You guys had a Kickstarter not too long ago. That was really successful, right? And it's just you guys have like this real core audience here that's just seeking these things out. I mean, how do you guys respond? And is that as we move forward in this interview, is that how the Scout system came to be?
Yeah, well, certainly, who doesn't want that? But yeah, we just treat people right. We try to be authentically us, and we do stuff that we care about, right? So if I love this thing that I made, and it's because I loved it, and it connects with you, that connection is like we had a connection, and that's cooler than just going, oh, I made this thing to make money off of you, right? And that's what a lot of the game that guys play, and so we don't do that. We treat people really great, and so it's been we're 10 years into this thing now, so it's a slow growth, but we blessed one fan at a time when we started. And so yeah, we've tried to get that sort of cult going. And so the Crow Scouts is our latest version of that, as in we tried things that were some things work and some don't. But the Crow Scouts is basically this the scouting group that started in 1903, wink, and created by this guy who was my great-great-grandfather named Baron Davis, and he's a farmer. He got struck by lightning, and when he woke up, his scarecrow was alive and talking to him and said there's monsters all around if you just imaginate them. And so he just started this scouting program for kids to see that there are monsters all around us if you just looked for them, and so that they need our help because they're in the world that isn't theirs. And so it's a way for us to tell our story and tell some fiction and so on. And then, so that's the backstory. We made badges for our patrons. We wanted to reward people for being, it's a club. So if you're a good patron, let's give you a pin for that or a badge. Or if you're an activist, we have a few people that are activists. And I'm like, we need you people. So instead of just letting them go we let them know that, they could really help and make this a success. And so we made badges for that. Then people were like, well, I want to dress like a Crow Scout. And so I was like, what, really? And they're like, yeah. So they started making uniforms. So then I'm like, well, let's make a guide. And so now, this is the first show where we've got it launched where people are showing up in uniform. So anyway, that's awesome. So yeah, so it opens up a lot of things for us. So yeah, we've got great people is really what it comes down to.
Super great people, super positive people.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to be positive and not like snarky and negative, and to fill people with joy. We love it. I love it when people come up and say, I've had this print for years, and every time I see it, it makes me happy, and I smile, and that's more rewarding than
anything.
anything.
Secret agenda, really, just to make people happy, through our brand.
Yeah, personally, we had a couple of prints out in the kitchen, and just to kind of show the scope of the things that you guys are doing. They were little just food prints.
Yep.
And so we were like, oh, what better place to put them in the kitchen? And anytime we'd go in the kitchen, it was just like, it was like really cool to see. The thing that really excites me about the Crow Scouts is one could say, these and they're great badges. They're made on they're printed on leather, right? One could say, oh, it's a cash grab, but aside from the badges that you have for sale, there's a ton of them that you actually have to earn, they're not for sale.
You have to participate with us. You've got to go out and get the word out, or do one of the missions, or whatever it is, or we're rewarding people with a badge for showing up in uniform. They don't have to buy anything. They can make up their own uniform. I don't care, and they get a dapper badge for being dapper. So yeah, it's about community. What we found is we have awesome followers, friends, patrons, whatever these fans are, but they don't know each other yet. And so now it's like a flag that you're wearing that I'm a Steam Crow guy, and these two people can meet, and we can really hopefully instill some community. So that's the secret there.
Yeah, is that the long-term goal for the Crow Scouts, is to create a kind of an online place for them to talk? I mean, right now tonight we have the rally. That's obviously a place where they can all meet together.
Yeah,
so
it's both, because there are already Crow Scouts all over the country, and some of them are like, come to Ohio, and I don't know when we're going to be in Ohio, but you can participate right now online. So yeah, so long term, it's our club, and so we would love legions of you, but yeah, we want, like I said, to build community and to just encourage them to have fun and kind of play with our brand. The cool thing that it opens up is we can do some ARG stuff. We can do some geocaching with it. We can have an annual camp out. There's a lot of cool things that we can do that are more than just selling you a product, right? We want to be an experience for people. That's an awesome one.
Yeah, so we can get together, swap monster stories, and make boondoggles, things like that. That's important.
So, probably the hardest question always on the spot here at a con, but what's on your guys' agenda? What cons are you going to hit up for the rest of the year here?
Next up for us is San Diego Comicon. So that's our ninth San Diego, and that's a big show for us.
Then Alamo City in San Antonio.
Yeah, Alamo City, San Antonio. Then we'll be at Disneyland. I don't know the dates yet, but we're a featured artist at Disneyland's Wonderground Gallery.
And Tucson Comicon.
Tucson Comicon is in the works, and then also Phoenix Fan Fest is one of the other shows coming up.
Yep.
And probably some other stuff we don't even know about yet.
Right, and then hopefully we'll be able, this year we took off 12 weeks, and all we did was design new prints and new products and everything like that. And it was really nice to be able to take that time and to give it that attention, and we've never done that before. So I think we really upped our game, and so I think we need to do something like that again.
I agree,
so, yeah.
It's awesome, just like a little creative vacation of sorts.
Yeah, and you need to do that so you don't get stale. Like, I don't want a floating head in the middle of a big piece of paper, I want to give you more story than that. So it takes time. And
running shows is we have to run this like it's a business, and it's rolling. So there's not a lot of time for creative during the year, so we've got to have that time. So.
Cool. Well, for those that are interested, that we've piqued their interest, so where can they get Steam Crow stuff?
SteamCrow.com, turns out. You can look on social media. Just look for Steam Crow on any social media, and we're on many of them. That's a good way. Also, for the Scouts, if you want that, it's scouts.steamcrow.com. So the www, do Scouts. And you can join up there for free, and we're not going to eventually have you come in a spaceship and go to our planet. So the cult part is pretty low-key. Thank you.
There it is. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to talk to us here on the podcast. And again, it's steamcrow.com. Check them out. Really cool art, really cool plush, pins, all sorts of stuff, books. This is it. Adrian for Pew Pew Podcast, signing off.